How you doing, YouTube? Matt with NEPA Beer Reviews with a whole lot of people cramming us in. We're packing them in today.
Just barely on camera.
We're just barely on camera with some review awesomeness in the form of Trillium. What is it? Rubbel? Yeah, Rubbel, which is a Belgian double-aged rum barrels. This beer comes courtesy of my friend Brad here. Brad has never been on one of these videos before. It's his first time, so...
Yeah, breaking me in here.
No lube. And he went to a beer excursion to New England, Boston more specifically, and picked up some good stuff.
Yeah, I went up there to see a friend of mine. We did the quintessential Sam Adams tour. Mainly because Matt here decided to text me when I was on my trip and said, hey, they're bottling the chocolate bock, go get it. So.
I did not say that. I said, if you happen, since you're in Boston, if you happen to accidentally find your way to the Boston Beer Company, this might be a beer you might want to pick up.
Yes.
And I was super excited. You dropped it off on Saturday. I brought it home, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to drink it. And the second I started thinking that, when I got home, I got a text from my buddy Wade who said, awesome. He's like, put that away. We'll drink it in a year. So now I got to wait a year to drink it. So he's like, you need to wait a minimum a year to drink that beer.
Mine's gone.
Yeah, you drank it already?
Yeah, mine went on Friday night.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, but right now we're going to do Trillium's the Rubbel. Like I said, a barrel-aged Belgian double. I'm actually anticipating this is going to be super awesome. Never had any Trillium beers before. Have you had any of the ones that you brought, or did you have stuff in the tap room while you're there?
No, the tap room, they don't serve. It's growler fills and bottles and other paraphernalia that they have. And then it's just in and out. It's real small. Looks like just like a 15-foot bar.
I gotcha.
Looked like they were actually doing some construction, so maybe they're expanding. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And my friend Mark gave me a bottle of the oatmeal porter, the pot and kettle.
Okay.
And it hit all the right notes for me. It had great body, roast. I just loved it. And I said, if that's what they're doing with dark beers, then I'm going to buy all the dark ones they have. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a Belgian slut. I like doubles and quads and triples and all that fun stuff. And rum barrel aged stuff is one of my favorites because you don't see it that often.
No, I have a bottle of Rumpkin from Avery. I haven't opened that one yet, but I did have we all had the rum barrel pumpkin.
Yeah, but that's something here. They don't count.
That's the only rum barrel beer that I could think of.
The Rumpkin, there's another one. It's slipping my mind right now, but I've had a couple rum barrel aged beers before, and
we had Wade's makeshift rum.
Oh yeah, my buddy friend of Wade, he got oak barrels that he bought rum and he bought scotch and he put them in little oak barrels to age them himself. Some rum and some scotch. And then, I remember writing you this, after he let them sit for a year or so, after he took the rum and the scotch out, we bought a barley wine that we weren't a fan of, so he just opened them and cracked them and poured them into those little oak casks, and he aged his own beer that he was like, yeah, I don't like it, I'm just going to throw it in there. And it ended up coming out pretty good. I mean, it was lacking carbonation, obviously. Yeah. But it ended up
flat as hell.
Yeah, but it ended up coming out pretty damn good. So yeah, anyway, enough rambling. Let's dive into it. First things first, as far as what it says in the bottle. It's Rubbel, Belgian double aged rum barrels, Trillium Brewing Company, 8% alcohol, government warning stuff. That's it. First things first. Awesome labels. All of their labels, I think, are pretty badass for a couple reasons. One, their art design is really awesome. Two, they're very plain. Like, they're just not like, hey, look at us, we're doing all this awesome stuff.
Yeah, I really like that.
They're just very like, hey, look, this is a rum barrel, and it has beer in it.
The beer.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But just from the ghetto silver cap to the texture of the label, everything about it screams pretty badassness. And, so I'm super excited to give it a whirl.
Like, their texture, like the label texture kind of looks like what, like a breaker would do with some of the few beers that they actually bought.
It's got this slight matteness to it,
yeah,
almost like
papery.
It's like resume paper.
Yeah,
that thicker stock of paper that you would use.
And this beer is a bit over a month old. I think there's a little fluorescent thing back here. It says 012115. So I assume that is January 21st as far as when it was bottled. Kudos to them for dating their bottles, especially for the fact that they probably, I don't know if they actually have a machine that puts the dates on them, or they bottled it and then went, wait a minute, we should really put our dates on bottles, so then they did it afterwards. Either way, thank you.
I think when you get into the other ones that you have that I brought back, I think they were all coated like that. It's all hand coated with the price maker, price tag maker.
Price maker sounds like sounds like a cheap superhero.
Yeah. Something on
the price maker was here.
Something that Bob Barker
would
would
go.
say.
Let's say. Don't mess with Bob Barker. First, I mean, it looks like a double. Again, it has that kind of almost like apple cidery.
Yeah, it looks
kind
a
of look to it.
little lighter than the Madit.
We just reviewed Unibrow Madit, an aged one. That's a Belgian strong dark. This is a double. I mean, they look almost relatively similar. Kind of splitting hairs there a little bit. Finger full ahead when I first poured it, but it's really freaking creamy up top. Looks like nice and fluffy, and it has that nice body to it. Let's see.
It has that great, Belgian smell that I like. That Matt's getting high off of it right now, but
it is. But it's like the barrel's there, but it's not super in your face. But it is a very nice. To me, it's a perfect balance between natural rum and the barrel, but it's subtle. Like everything's subtle and delicate.
I'm getting what I'm mostly getting is like a little kind of yeasty spiciness.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a whole lot of barrel.
Yeah, I get it, but again, it's like super, super, super subtle. It's there. Rum is a weird one, but it smells like it's been barrel aged to me. But you're getting that kind of bready yeastiness, that atypical to Belgian beers. How about you?
I can't smell a lot of the rum.
No. Yeah. So I'm probably making it up. There you go.
No. I'm not saying that.
It's actually not even aged in rum barrels.
No, it's not. They probably made it and put it on there just to be like, hey, we'll see who actually says they smell rum in it. Yeah. But yeah. Overall, it smells like a nice Belgian double. The fact that it's only a month old is kind of like, usually you want your Belgians to have a little bit of time on. But let's find out she's worth it.
cheers.
Yeah. It's nice. I expected more. Just because I had my hopes up because it was run barrel aged. I'll tell you what, I think I get the barrel but no rum.
I get a little oakiness. I don't get really any rum flavor.
No.
And then I just get kind of a mellow just double character.
Yeah. It almost tastes like nutty to me.
Yeah, I said, I'm missing the rum spice. You're getting the fresh, the little bit of fresh oak.
Yeah.
And I said, but then it seems like it's the normal Belgian double, spice from the yeast.
Yeah, it's it's like the yeast strain spiciness. Yeah. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's
nothing
not
else.
It's not Caribbean. It's not what I would get out of a spiced rum.
Yeah.
Is it a spiced barrel though? You don't know. It could be just a It could be
just a rum.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? It might not be a spiced rum.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure on which ones they're using.
Yeah, but I mean, a little bit of barrel for me. What about you?
I don't know. This one's kind of.
Yeah.
This one's a little tough for me. I'm just not really getting it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Not because we just drank it. Like I said, we just reviewed a aged Madit. If you took that tartness away from the Madit, it kind of tastes kind of similar to me.
Yeah. The body of it is, for me, a little lacking. It doesn't have that kind of bigger carbonation mouthfeel.
Yeah. Yeah, not a bad beer, but I don't know. When you slap something in a rum barrel, I get kind of I don't know. I get a little bit tingling in my private parts, and this isn't doing it for me. And not that it's a bad beer. Again, it's not a bad beer. It's just it's only a month old too. That's a weird thing. It's almost a beer you kind of want to sit around for a while. So you're tasting it fresh, but you always got to taste stuff, and there you go.
I mean, it's not bad.
No,
See, I would think with it being a month old, like I would want more of a barrel like right in my face. And as it gets older, then the barrel would drop off some, and you would get more of the double. That's what I would be assuming. Like similar to like the bourbon counties that bourbon flavors right up in your face, but you give it a year and it really mellows out.
Yeah, I mean, but a beer is only as good as, or barrel aged beer is only as good as the beer that you put in it. And I don't think this beer is going to gain a ton over time. I mean, it probably a little bit, but
I see it going very.
Yeah.
I could see it kind of going the way of the.
Getting a little thinner.
A little thinner, possibly a little tart.
Yeah.
A little apple coming through.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, rating wise, I would still give it like an 80, flat 80, because I'm enjoying it, I'm drinking it, but it's not doing anything to make it stand out from just a generic double. You know what I mean? Yeah. Besides for me having like a little bit of barrel character, ever so slightest bit of barrel in it, it's really just there's much better can be had out of the barrel than this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just kind of rating wise, I'd probably go like. I'd probably go like maybe like C+ on it. It doesn't seem like that good of a base double to then warrant a barrel.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, do you think maybe it's like one of those things where they like made the beer and decided to barrel age just to see if they could jack it up?
I mean, maybe like
because I know
maybe something went a little fishy.
Because I know they're new to bigger beers. Like they're.
I honestly don't really know a whole lot about them.
Yeah, I think they only made like not smaller beers, but like lighter beers, like saisons and double IPAs and stuff like that. And they got into the darker beer market only about a year or so ago.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Last I actually heard about them was like a little video thing that the Beer Geek Nation guy did. He had like a little sample of 3 or 4 of them. That Pot and Kettle was in that. I honestly forget the other ones that was in there, but that was the last thing I really heard about them. It was the first time I heard about them, and I really haven't heard too much about them since.
What do you guys think?
I think my issue with it is there's not one characteristic about it that kind of stands out to me. It just kind of feels like
generic,
kind of meh. Like like the more I'm drinking it, maybe I'll pick up on some spice, but I don't know.
Do you care to rate it? You don't have to.
Probably along what you guys said.
I'm kind of right in there, like right around 80, 82. Like I said, it's a good beer. I mean, there's good flavor to it, but it's not knocking my socks off. I'm not really blown away by
it's not
like
the best double.
It's not the best double I've ever had. But it's not the worst.
Yeah.
By far, it's not the worst.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it just seems like a couple tweaks here and there would make it, pop a little bit more. It would have been something. Maybe I'm with Matt on this one. I have my hopes up.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it would be safe to say, if I were just to sum it all up for everybody, it's a nice beer, but uninspiring.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the base of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go. New breweries trying new things. When's the last time you had a rum barrel aged double? Never. Do you know what I mean? So for them to attempt it at its core is a good thing, and hopefully they continue to tweak it and continue to do different stuff with it, and other people try such things.
Kind of feel like in our like beer culture of barrel aging shit, like we're just now starting to do the Belgian family.
Yeah, I mean,
Weyerbacher does their quad, and that's really good. Boulevard does bourbon barrel quad.
Yeah,
I have a bottle of that. I have not haven't opened it. I actually thought I opened it, and then was quite surprised that I found. I'm like, oh, I'm still gonna have this bottle.
Happy surprise.
Yeah. So I feel like the barrel aging of Belgian beers.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's a sour, it's fairly new.
It is. The only company that's really has done it is La Trappe. Yeah. La Trappe has been barrel aging their quad in their Isidore, which is like their just like table single beer, and they've been doing it probably for, I would say about 5 years now. They've been doing it, and they actually do a really crazy barrel program. Like, it's weird because you think Trappist, they're a purely Trappist brewery. Yeah. You're like, they're not gonna fuck around with that stuff. But they've actually they do multiple runs, multiple batches, multiple barrels. So like when you buy like a La Trappe a barrel aged quad, it'll tell you a batch number. You go on their website and it'll be like, okay, that batch number was in these 3 barrels that we blended into these barrels, and we did this and that. So it's not like they're just even taking their beer and throw it. But that is the only company that really I've seen that really go kind of crazy with it. I mean, like you said, like Weyerbacher does their quad, but it's very not the Weyerbacher. I love Weyerbacher, but it's their barrel aging program is not like. It's not crazy. Like it adds a slight character difference.
It's good
to their beers. It's not like they're doing.
It's very subtle. It's not. It's not an over the top thing, which I think really works for them. Yeah, yeah. But
whereas like La Trappe will be like they'll do like wine barrels and this barrel and that barrel, and then they'll blend barrels and they go crazy with it. So yeah, it's a unique thing for breweries to do. So that's the good thing about it. It's like even though it didn't blow us away, we had high hopes for it, especially me and Brad. But it's cool that they're doing it. Give kudos to them for doing it. So there you go. Another review in the books. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like, check us out on the internet. You can find me Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers in all 4 of those places.
You can find myself and Amanda at our website, nepabeerreviews.squarespace.com. Also on Instagram and Twitter at NEPA Beer Reviews.
And you can find Brad in a van down by the river. No, where?
It usually says free candy. Or bikes, depending on the day.
It was hot dogs, right?
Oh, I was trying to get sorority girls. So I said dogs for a while there.
Just get a little rapey.
The general 451 on Instagram is kind of where I'm spending most of my time. You know, usually just stalking Matt and Joe on their pages.
Yep.
There you go. So there you go, guys. Another review in the book. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice rum barrel-aged double right now, or a rubble, or a ruble, or a Dubbel. I hate that. And anyway, a triple. It's a triple and a quadruple. Anyway,
sounds like a disease.
Yeah, it is. It is a disease. It's called pretension. And we will see you next time. Cheers.